a number of footballers are vegetarian.
Now, the question that's always constantly in my mind, can you seriously get the nutrients and the protein in a vegan diet?
A plant-based diet can provide every known nutritional requirement for humans, and this has been studied very extensively. You don't even need to be particularly careful, you don't need to be an expert in nutrition. If you eat a wide variety of plant foods, you'll get everything you need.
I think people who think it's wimpy to be vegan have got it completely wrong. I ran for England as an athlete. I've done martial arts all my life, weightlifting and kung fu. I've now just taken up boxing at the age of 46 years old, and I can still outrun most people half my age. Body language. So I don't think it's wimpy at all. In fact, if you look at it, some of the strongest animals in the world are vegan. The gorilla, the elephant, you know. Go and tell a gorilla that it's wimpy to be a vegan.
People who worry about the adequacy of a vegetarian diet have got the situation entirely the wrong way up. What they should worry about is the excess of a meat-based diet. I've treated an awful lot of people whose problem has been fundamentally the clutter in their bloodstream from customarily eating just an ordinary amount of meat. And when they stop eating any, at least for a trial period of a few months, their bodies start to clean up.
Vegetarianism doesn't detract anything from my lifestyle, and I lead a really active life doing what I do. Anyone who thinks that vegetarianism is a sign of weakness or whatever is kind of totally misdirected.
I'm not asking everybody to be perfect, because that nobody is, but at least be aware, be conscious of what you're doing within this community, within this world, and the power that we have, and take steps. Take steps, man. We got to take steps. Peace.
A lot of people think that vegans are like these recluses who are too sensitive to handle the world, and that's not the case at all. We're very fiery, cool people. All the young people I hang out with are earth conscious. They're deciding to take responsibility for their health. Don't avoid the negative, but pursue the positive.
The coolest thing you can possibly do throughout your life is to do and make your own decisions, because you're not bothered about what anybody thinks. I mean, not cool is subscribing to peer pressure from other people. The whole point is that as you leave your teenage years, you will discover this. At the moment, you're being heavily marketed to. At the moment, you're under a lot of pressure to fit in with your friends and stuff, but that disappears very rapidly. What you eat, what you wear, what you listen to, how you behave, these are all things that are up in the air. But the last possible reason you should choose to end up doing this or that is because you're worried about not looking cool. You've fallen into the trap already.
Partly, I suppose, consumers are to blame because we want it cheap. I think the question that we have to ask ourselves, and in fact the question that we have to ask the people who sell us meat, is if it's cheap, why is it cheap? What corners have been cut? What animal welfare standards have not been observed? What environmental standards have not been observed to get it that cheap? If we want something that's good, then frankly, we have to be prepared to pay for it.
So don't blame farmers, don't even blame supermarkets. It's down to consumers, it's down to you guys, you know, and you've got to exercise your choice. You've got to not stop off at some chicken fry franchise and fill up with animals that you know suffered in this process of getting to your high street. So don't blame everybody else, think about it yourself.
The project has been a really positive thing, because even if like one person just knows one extra fact about the meat or the dairy industry, it's a step in the right direction.
They're faced there, why not eat it? I mean, isn't that the purpose of animals? Because I mean, they don't have any feelings or whatever.
I walk away from this project knowing that people have strong beliefs about eating meat, and that I too should think twice when I do eat meat.
don't think of it as, oh, this was a chicken running around. I look at it as a food source. Just as another animal would look at me as a food source, and we are the dominating species at the end of the day, and I just think it's right.
I didn't know the animals get treated that badly, and when there was stuffing all the chickens in the cages and just shutting them like drawers.
But I never knew how butcherous and horrendous the conditions can be for intensive farming, and that's something that it pissed me off. It annoys me that you don't have to degrade. It's degrading to human beings to be treating animals like that. That's not what's in our nature, to treat another kind of living thing like that. That's not what we're about as human beings.
I had no idea that it was that bad. Like, I just thought that it was just, they just had bad living conditions.
Because intensive farming is just terrible, it's disgusting, and I don't want to play a part in that, and I don't want to be financing it either.
You know, now I've got far more respect for people like Alan and Camilla, because they're fighting a fight, but they have a reason to do it. And that's what's good. It's all good fighting a fight, but these guys actually have a reason for it. And that's what I admire.
So, eat this. We hope this film has given you some food for thought. Only you can change what you're going to be doing next. Think about your own health and the environment. If you make an effort to eat less meat, you're doing a good thing. If you decide from now on that you will only eat free range, that's cool, because you're doing a good thing. Do the best you can, that's all we can ask. But remember, you have a choice, the animals don't. And the best way to stop them suffering is to quite simply stop eating them.
I've got nobody's inside me, all of me is me. I will not eat nobody else, so I am what you see. I do not plan to eat dead sheep, I will not eat a hen. I'm so proud of what I am, so I will say again, I've got nobody's inside me, all of me is me. I will not eat nobody else, so I am what you see.